Today, across China and around the world, millions of people are supposed to come together to celebrate Lantern Festival or Chinese Valentine's Day. It is the last day of the Chinese New Year celebration and is on the 15th day of the first lunar month. The history of the festival could be traced back to Han Dynasty, and the celebrations were characterized by the iconic Chinese red lanterns, which are fit to represent hope for the year ahead. However, many celebratory activities were cancelled in China this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But for those of you who aren't able to gather with your families and loved ones, don't worry. CGTN is with you, and we'll share a classic Songci poetry written by Southern Song Dynasty poet Xin Qiji in episode 20 of Mastering Chinese Poetry, The Lantern Festival Night, to the tune of Green Jade Table. One night's east wind adorns 1,000 trees with flowers and blows dawn stars in showers. Fine seeds and carved caps spread fragrance and root, music vibrant from the flute. The moon sheds its full light while fish and dragon lanterns dance all night. In gold thread dress with moss or willow ornaments, giggling, she melts into the throng with trails of scents. But in the crowd once and again, I looked for her in vain. When all at once I turned my head, I found her there where lantern's light is deeply shed. 东风夜放花千树，更吹落星如雨. This 词 was written by Xin Qiji when he was in Lin'an in the first and second year of Song Chunxi. The first two lines describes a scene of luxurious bustle and prosperous night on the Lantern Festival in Lin'an. Through the colored lanterns, the beautiful fireworks, songs and dances, and the noise of horses and carriages. 鹅儿雪柳黄金缕，笑语盈盈暗香去. Giggling, she melts into the throng with the trails of scents. The person came lightly and walked away lightly. At that time, a powerful enemy was invading Lin'an, where the author lived. So the ruling class in the Southern Song Dynasty was still indulging in pleasure and did nothing. So he tried, but had no way to serve the country. In face of difficulties, the royal court and ordinary people were addicted to music and enjoyment, and no one was worried about the troubled country. 众里寻他千百度，蓦然回首，那人却在灯火阑珊处. The person came lightly and walked away lightly. When the author suddenly looked back, that person was alone in the dim light. Here are two ways to understand this part. Like, one version is only that person was indifferent and aloof, standing there still. The person might actually refer to the noble character of the poet himself, who is entrusted with his political frustration and worried about the country and the people. And this poet is one of Xin Qiji's representative works, and it has unique style and profound meaning, since it's really known, even to some Chinese people, that the Lantern Festival is the real Chinese equivalent to Valentine's Day. These last two lines of the poem could also depict ardent love for their partners. But in the crowd, once and again, I looked for her in vain. When all at once I turned my head, I found her there where lantern light is dimly shed. The author searching for that person 1,000 times, but in vain. It accidentally reproduced the Ci poet's mood of waiting, searching, anxiety, disappointment, and the great joy when he suddenly found out whom he was looking for. All in all, with the lanterns as the set and the moon in the sky, the night could be turned into a stage for the best possible romance.
青玉案元夕，辛弃疾。东风夜放花千树，更吹落星如雨。宝马雕车香满路，凤箫声动，玉壶光转 一夜鱼龙舞。蛾儿雪柳黄金缕，笑语盈盈暗香去。众里寻他千百度，蓦然回首，那人却在灯火阑珊处。